Hi and welcome back to Airbrush Ways. I'm Jack, and following on from the exercise of dots and lines, we're now going to move on. I've been asked a few questions about shading, so I'm going to do an exercise here for you with a stencil, and this time we're going to be using the Iwata HPCH. We've got a mix of paint already in there. And what I'm going to do now is bring in a stencil. So you can buy these online. Different manufacturers do these. And we're going to start off maybe with this one at the top here. I'm just going to put in a very slight mist over this. Okay, so there we have a circle. People have asked me, how do we go on about shading a shape or shading in general to make this thing look like it's 3D instead of just being flat. We can all see that at the moment. The thing that we're looking at is flat. This is an exercise that I recommend you do. It's definitely, just like the dots and the lines, it's something that you should do plenty of. So I'll set up this, I'll do that line, that circle there. You can see it's a flat circle, and I'm going to say okay, that's where the light's coming from. So you can imagine a light shining down here onto this flat circle, which at the moment just looks like the shape of a penny. I'm now going to get the airbrush, and I'm going to start to give this a little bit of a look of something more like a ball than a flat circle. So we put on the air. I want to be directly behind that arrow, and we slowly start to build up. I'm just going to bring this up to about halfway. Open the air a little bit more. And then down here, directly opposite, just tip dry, depending on the humidity in your room and the paint you're using and how much air you're using. All these things will affect your tip dry. So you just got to keep pinching. Okay, so again, I'm on the move, but I'm bringing that dark area into the bottom of that circle. So from there you can see we've now got a ball, a sphere. It's exactly the same piece of flat paper. It's just had the shape of the ball shaded in underneath where we've decided the light is coming from. So we're going to do the same again. Bring up again and lightly mist off. And we're going to say, right, from here the light is coming this way. So now we've got the light source coming this way, which means this bit at the back is going to be the darkest part. So what I'm going to do now is just the same, but we've moved the light source. So I'm going to start up here. For this practice, it doesn't matter if you go wrong. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work exactly as you thought it would do. And that's why it's called a practice. Because at the end of the day, you're going to change, every time you do this, you're going to change where your light source is coming from. You're going to change just the way you're spraying. You can get closer, you can get further away. You can make this your shape. Once I get to the point where I say, okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for, you can say, okay, well, this is a brighter light than the last one. So there we have it, with the darker edge, because the light is brighter. We've now turned that flat shape into a round shape with the light coming from this direction. This one has the light coming from that direction. So we're going to change that slightly. This is okay, this is practice, and it doesn't matter how it turns out, because at the end of the day we're only practicing. So now I'm going to bring in the stencil, and this is the handy thing about having this steel sheet, is that I can now put these magnets around the stencil, just as if you had a piece of paper. You cut out a circle, you put it on top of this piece of paper, and we say, okay, the light for this is going to be coming from underneath. So we start at the top, we leave the stencil there. We start at the top, start to work your way around, darken up the furthest point from the light. A little bit more dark on that side. Tip dry. So we've gone darker at the top of this stencil. We've done exactly the same thing as we've done on these two. The only difference is we've left the stencil there to give us a sharper image by the time we've finished. So we pull these magnets off, remove the stencil, and there we have it. It was flat, we've put in the shade, the light source is this way. So the light hits the flat circle. It creates shade at the back of the circle, which now turns this into a ball, no longer a flat surface. Okay, so we'll move over. This is our light source. Put the magnets in place. The only thing this is going to do is dirty your stencil, but that's easily cleaned. These are so easily cleaned. A little bit of soap and water or reducer and away it'll come. So light's coming that way, and now we start to realise that the light's coming this way, so the dark is coming this way. We want it to look like a sphere, a ball. So we're going to do this round kind of shading. So we start here, opposite, and then just like the second one we did without the stencil, this light is brighter. So I'm going to darken it up a little bit more on this one than the last one. Take away the magnets. And there we have it. Darker edge, brighter at the front. Not as dark, not as bright at the front. So you can change your shading the way you do this just by changing how dark or how light you put the paint on. Go through this exercise, fill out 10 of these sheets. You can even, if you want to, say, get your stencil, or it doesn't even have to be a stencil. You can get a piece of paper, cut out that shape, and then get that and put it on top of your practice paper. Use that to get this sharp edge, or use it to make a circle, and then practice. Stencils are a great job. Practice this 10 times or more. If you keep doing this, I can guarantee your shading and your control of that airbrush will get better. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. Okay, speak to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.